Yeah, the wings moving.
Oh, beautiful.
The wings moving.
So weird.
Wow.
That's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You gotta say a prayer.
We will start with 1 Corinthians 13, 11 through 13. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass, darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know as I also am known. And now abides faith, hope, love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. And we'll pray. Father, we thank you for another good day. You provided for all our needs as you always do. We thank you for your protection. We thank you for the people gathered here. We thank you for the opportunity to share the things that you've taught us. We love you. We pray your hand of protection over each of us and those who will visit this channel in the future. We thank you, Lord, for keeping away any negativity and just letting people be here to learn and to absorb the knowledge. Lord, we pray that you will give them the eyes to see and the ears to hear the life-saving information that we're trying to impart. We love you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
There's something on.
This fan, is that your button?
Oh, okay. It is kind of loud.
Okay. I'm Lead Tracker E, and this is Jerry Williams, also known as Lead Horse Choctaw. Welcome to the channel. We have 4 Facebook pages: Choctaw Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN and Sons Center and Database. The next one is the Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas. We also have a DVD by the same name. We have the Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path page, and that is also the name of our book. And we have the Lead Tracker E page and on Facebook, and then also the Lead Tracker E channel on YouTube. And we invite you to join all of those, follow all of those.
That's also in the description. Sorry, I was
The book, The Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path, is, we're going to talk about it a lot tonight. Go ahead.
There you go.
Sorry.
The Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. It's on Amazon, $25 on Amazon. Oh, also, you can get that here autographed. You can get a copy through us autographed for $25 plus $5 shipping and handling. Also, the Bigfoot documentary is been lowered to $55. Still great reviews and everything. And actually, we're going to talk a little bit about that also. Oh, I forgot to get that one part, but we're going to talk about that also. Okay, so we're also having a May sale. So it's one autographed book and one Bigfoot documentary, one Bigfoot DVD for $50 plus $5 shipping and handling. So that would be a total of $55. The price of the DVD, you would get an autographed book with that. Also, now we have
On the Lead Tracker E channel, we have the Tracking Miracles and Encounters, and in that we want to focus on the small and large miracles and examples of God's divine intervention and divine orchestration, especially in regards to trackers. This is a tracking channel, so it's especially in our situations, it's very, very important to notice things like that, because the more we notice, the more things that
Are shown.
that are shown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Standing Feather Stories. That's where Jerry talks about his different journeys from the backside of the news, some amazing events that we've heard about through mainstream media, which we all know cannot be trusted. These are some of the backstories that are just absolutely fascinating. And from time to time, we'll sit and have an interview at style talk, and he shares his stories, and it's just amazing. I asked him to do that, and as time allows, we'll get back to more of those stories. But there is a playlist we're creating, so be sure to look for that in both of the channels.
let's see. Where are we at? Oh, if you'd like to become a Patreon member to support the Tracker channel, let me go ahead and put that banner up. Anyway, you would also be able to help us with fuel. And also, being a Patreon member, it gets you the updates, the meetings, the courses that we're presenting, the videos, live tracks, and but you get the information first and the invites first. When we have our next Tracker training course, of course, people have to be vouched for, or we have to know you. But we do know a lot of good people who have asked about it, and as soon as we get it up and ready again, you will get those invites first. Not just because you're a Patreon member, but these are other people who are not even, they're not Patreon members, but we know them, and we welcome them to learn everything that we're sharing. Also, Cash App, PayPal is in the description below, and that's what's used for fuel, food, and supplies, and everything is appreciated. And you've been with the channel for a while, you understand what we do with the funds that we do receive. And we want to we also have Super Chat, and thank you, Jody, for sharing enough to get a long needed item that we needed, and we'll get that as soon as everything comes in. But thank you again.
And if you're not a long time listener, what we do with that, we take care of ourselves, but what we do with that is use it to get to extreme circumstances where we go to help different people that need to push back the predator Bigfoots, and they don't have anyone to listen to them, or they need verification, and they just simply need help cleaning their wood lines. We decide based on who we pray about, who we go to.
Yeah. And I was just kind of give a little snicker, because it's not just other people that also need help. Sometimes we need extra people to cover more ground in different areas, and plus with our trackers, we have that when we're all together. But sometimes people come and visit. They want to help track and help us do what we need to do. It's always better to have more eyes out there and more support. And that also is part of the support that people share with us, that we're able to house them. They stay with us, but we get to share the food and have extra food, which doesn't take away from us trying to make sure we keep the lights on as well. So, yeah. Literally. Also, this is a tracking channel. It's not a entertainment channel. So it's not an open forum. It's not where conversations can go crazy. And we have to stay on topic here. Stay focused with what we're doing.
We've literally given information in a live stream, and to have the next day listeners, this happened more than once, be in the situation that we taught about the night before. And if you're a believer, that's the way God works too. He'll prepare you if you're listening. And so we try not to have distracting chats, because those events could have gone a whole lot differently if that person or those people had missed that information.
And we'd like for everyone to not be disrupted or distracted with conversations or anything like that going on in chat. So we do welcome saying hello to each other. And
Love that.
we do have, well, first of all, we have monitors who, if this gets crazy, they will warn you. Most of them will warn you. Some of them will just say that's enough and that's enough. We have had a lot of people talk about different things that they were here to disrupt and to distract people, so they were eliminated pretty quickly. We just want to let people know, just listen to the interviews that we have, listen to the lessons. This tonight also, this is a live open tracking training lesson on tracking, but you're going to be able to see and hear and experience what we do. And also with the support, we fed our guest, which it didn't hurt us any. But we do appreciate all the support out there. Also, we're going to be doing the comments in the beginning, and we do this every time. Like tonight, I think we're going to have a segment where we're going to take a pause and we're going to have some questions from the viewers. But this is, again, a tracking training lesson for our trackers. But some of the viewers can ask questions of what we're doing, or maybe the trackers will answer that for us. But and at the very end, we will take comments at the end, and then we'll have our closing prayer, and then we will announce when our next meeting was.
It's gonna be a fun night.
It's every night's fun. So, comments. Let's get to comments and see who's all here, and welcome our family and friends. I'm sure we got a whole bunch of good people in the room.
Lorna is here.
Oh, Lorna's first. I thought Q was first today, but maybe that was on the comment on the front.
Okay.
So Lorna's here. Oh, there. Oh, I came in.
Jerry is here.
I came in a little earlier. War Chief saying hello to everybody. JR. All right.
Good to see everybody.
Truth Walker is here. Everyone's saying hello.
All good people. Doris. Hello, Doris. Hola. Saludos.
Doris. Oh, hey. There's Stephanie.
Quist.
Stephanie
Good
Quist.
evening.
Good evening.
We're glad you're here.
Haven't heard from you in a while, but hello, Stephanie.
Very glad to hear from you.
Everybody's saying hello to you. Hey, Mary's here.
Hey, Mary.
How you doing, Mary?
We didn't get a chance to call you back, but we will get to it soon. It's an easy explanation. It'll be good.
Yeah. Stephanie Quist. Quist?
Says, received my book and DVD.
Palomea.
Omi.
I think that means thank you.
Omi.
Yes.
We're excited that you received that, and you're going to feel much more safe with the knowledge that you're getting in that, and the things you learned tonight too.
Fisher Spam.
Fisher Spam is back. How are you?
Uh-oh. Hey.
There's Wedge. How you doing, Wedge?
How you doing? Hey, look at this. Everybody's here. Look
Joseph is here. Wow, we got a great group.
Okay, there he is. Lorna, she's saying hello to everybody. Stephanie is saying hello to everybody.
Nice.
And Truth Walker saying hello to Wedge. Everybody's saying hello to each other. All right.
A bunch of positive, good-hearted people. Very good.
Okay, so tonight we want to share a track with the viewers also, but this is a live tracker training course, kind of a session. All of our trackers and some of the trackers that we knew in the past times, they also get to pick up a few more techniques or things that we do in the field. Our trackers who took the entire 5-month course, They know a little bit more than the normal tracker, and we're going to be sharing some techniques and things that we do out in the field. Uh, Usually we just play a video and show everybody, but we decided to let everybody know what exactly was going on, our thinking at that time, what was going on, and the precautions that we were taking. But this also goes back a couple of months ago, I believe, with Jose and Tanya.
Mhm.
So Jose and Tanya from Oklahoma Adventures and
Las Venturas.
Las Venturas on YouTube. Great channels. Like and subscribe over there. Um, but they had visited before, and we had did a live track before. And if you have been with us for a while, you know that when we were tracking out there, Jose heard the first twig break on what it was deep in the wood line. But Jose had heard the first twig break, and we all kind of stopped and we kind of moved again. And we'll show you how we moved and everything. But we moved a little bit more, and there was another twig break, and I caught that one, but Jose also did. And we both looked at each other. We said, all right, well, they're here. And all of a sudden, that's when everything broke loose. Coyotes, I mean, every whooping kind of sound you could think of. That's in one of the videos.
It's in our intro also.
Oh, yes, also in the intro, some of that audio. But also, when we were leaving that area, we took a certain path, and Jose took a wider path. And there was a predator Bigfoot in the shadows that and I think no, I don't think we have it on here. Maybe we do, but you can see that the head was probably about as big as from his waist to his head. I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty much on all fours, very low, because the head was almost about as big as what Jose's waist head was. So it was pretty low to be that size. But then again, we've seen some with big heads and little bodies, and big little bodies, like dog sized bodies with big heads. So it's all different configurations, but
never pretty.
But Jose and Tanya, they wanted to come back and track, and it was a great idea for us too, because
it was perfect time.
We need to always keep our deterrence up. So periodically we hit the woods, new scouts, new tracks, everything, but we're letting the predators know that we know. So we're back every time to disrupt them and discourage them from coming onto our land.
And they will try every single time that we leave. When we're
especially when
we're gone on a track, when it's more than a couple of days, we find something new like every time. So you have to push back every time. No, go ahead.
Oh. Well, last time we come home, we like to hit our wood line and check that out before we get to the house. So we did that, and we found fresh tracks, new breaks, new structures, more woven as far as adaptation, little by little by little, to make it unnoticeable. Then we got back to the house, and we were looking at the lawn, because we do actually need to mow our grass. But there were tracks in the grass, and they were 2 to 3 foot apart. And if you watch the live stream when we did return, we got on top of the house and we showed the tracks, where they went, where they crossed over. So we knew that while we were gone, these things were in our front yard, which means they were in our backyard, which means they were on the house, which means they were going wherever they were, because they knew that we weren't here. But of course, we're not normal people, I guess you would say. When we come in, we're looking for car tracks. We're looking for pressed down grass. We're looking for footprints. We check our game cams. And we look for certain things for disturbances. And being a tracker, that's a normal thing. You look for certain patterns, look for certain everywhere you go. You look for certain things. It's just a part of your nature. After that,
The most concerning thing that we saw was that our neighbors, which are fairly new and have children and have basically a small petting zoo, um, they there's new blinds directly behind their house, new bedding areas directly behind their house, and beside where the some of you may have seen the post we put up showing the pull down, and you'll understand that more as we go along. But basically, an ambush blind being made that had to be come out a little further than another trailer that was blocking the view. So over here was a young calf, and here was the trailer, and the tree was knocked down so that it came out far enough that they could still get behind it and see past this trailer, but at where the young calf was tied up.
and it wasn't wind damage or storm damage
No.
because we haven't had those.
No,
So-
not in this spot. No.
So we always hear things like that. So we come back, we find tracks around the house. This is a well-known area for this predator Bigfoot to be. Neighbors, they've reported them, but they're calling them prowlers now so that they can get people to come out. We've done documentaries in this area. There's been other documentaries in this area. There's been other trackers in this area. Gary Spikes Jr. and Sr. have tracked in this area, Clayton area. Let's see. There was a documentary on Bigfoot Odyssey, episode 88 with Mark Copeland. That's only about 20 miles from us, but that's still in this area. And also in that same area, part of the documentary is an area we tracked, which is in the same area where Mark had lived. And now that homeowner where we did that, the last time we talked with him, he had 4 out of 12 horses left, right? So, and we need to get back over there again. And these are some of these tracks we've already been to, but we also have to go back and help people deter, because a lot of people think that once we start cleaning stuff and everything that they're going to disappear, but
it's not a one and done thing. And they may even stir up a little bit, but we're flushing them out.
Yeah.
We're not trying to engage with them. We're trying to make it just like you would to keep a robber or a human predator from lurking around your home. Remove their cover, remove their opportunity, try to reduce it as much as you can. That's what we're doing. And so when we go to a track and we help people, it's not always just a one-time thing. And this is voluntary. We don't charge anything for that. We don't do it for just anybody, but
we don't just do it for anybody.
we work hard when we do go do it. And usually they're just very, very sweet, and everybody's always tried to give whatever they could, just to help with
All
whatever
good
is
people.
needed. Yeah.
All good people.
But go ahead.
So Jose and Tanya, they're visiting again, and it's just perfect timing because we got home and we found tracks, but we also promised 2 or 3 other people that we would also help in their areas, which the night before Tanya and Jose got here, we had to be in another place and did a whole date track, and that's also on the channel here. And then we came back here and met with Jose and Tanya. They got in a little late. They got here at the time that they could, which is still great timing, because we also do not track sometimes as a part of the deterrence. Because if you're not going to be out there during the night, sometimes they know that, and they're going to take over the whole entire night. They know you're not coming out. They know that you're not going to do anything. So every once in a while, we have to go out and discourage and deter. If we had enough for multi game cameras, that would also limit our need to go out, because they will try to go around. Yeah, and that's a good deterrent. We're not trying to capture them on the game cam. If that happens, great, but the light is used to deter them. So Jose and Tanya arrived, and we got situated. Everyone got situated, and we said, "Well, it's time," because they only had a certain amount of time that they could track also. So as soon as they got here, we had a dinner with them and made sure everyone was knew where they was going to sleep and what we was doing. We loaded up, we got our gear ready, and we went tracking. So it's maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. So around this time, we know it's going to get dark. We know they've walked in the yard 2 or 3 days before, at least,
and within the smaller fenced-in yard.
Yeah, they crossed over into the fenced
Immediately
in area
around the house.
So when we went out there, we went to certain structures and went a certain way, because we always hit the tree line. We don't, if all possible, we're not out in the open. We're going to go tree to tree, bush to bush, and shadow to shadow.
The same way they do.
The same way they do. And that's where you're going to find their trails. That's where you're going to find where they're setting. And also look in the very best strategic place for anyone to observe you in these areas. Like, where would be the best place if I was a sniper, if I was even a bad person, where would I sit to observe these people?
The front door, or whatever door they use the most often, whatever window the children are in, or the women are in. They're often in those areas. The mailboxes, the wood piles, where you park. Those are all potential ambush spots, and you'll often find blinds in those areas. Pet feeding areas, watching your livestock. Look at the most advantageous spot. They are cunning as a human. They're not human. They're cunning as a wicked human.
So these are the places we went to go look for first. We don't. Now, if it's a place that we don't know, or it's for a missing person, we use a spiral track. But we know this area. We knew where to look. Certain areas, and certain areas where we know that they would have the best advantage to view somebody. So we went there, and right away we found some fresh bedding areas. Not really bedding, because they don't sleep there. They sit there to watch and to wait for that opportunity, which we don't give them any. And so we started following those fresh ones until we got up to one of the bigger blinds that is in this area. We know that these predators use this area when we're not out there. So I want to see if this works here on this one, or if not, I want to use reach across there.
I can move it closer.
No. It's so. Okay, I think this is the one. Oh, sorry, I got something highlighted here. All right. Okay. So I believe this is the first video we're going to show you, and then we'll have Lead Tracker E explain everything that happened at this and up to this point. I hope this works good.
We're walking through the open field area. Normally people would go down that direction, but right to the left here, the camera will turn back around. Right through those woods is a very large blind between this and that. And we needed to go through that direction. Check on it because we know that blind is there. We want to know if there's anything. We also want to make our presence known that if there's more people and more firepower, so that they know we're not welcome there. But it does look like it. When we're able to do so, we're going to be removing this so that they're not comfortable on the property at all. They're under the review, but they're sitting on the grass and staring at the family with the young children. We had somebody actually comment on this and say, hey, I guess they thought we did this, climbed up 20 feet, got down heavy cedar branches, and did this over a period of time and twisted the cedar. One of the things you'll see. So the trees are flying, none of us had any trouble standing upright, walking. You'll also find that the vine almost all the people are really well protected, as in like poison ivy, roots of things to go into, doesn't bother them good, but it bothers us, so it's another form of protection from the vine. This actually has two chambers. There's a larger one. It's a bedding area. A small one where the sensors are.
Now, was everyone able to hear Lead Tracker E? I just want to make sure because if not, then it was still good. I forgot one file.
No, Fisher Spam says couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and explain what that was. It was a very large blind to our left. We were originally there's a clearing, and we could have walked that way, but that's where we talked about sticking to the shadows. And we also knew, from just knowing this land, where this big structure is, that we wanted to go take the support team, Jose and Tanya, with us there. More people, more manpower, more firepower to make our presence known, because they are making their presence known feet from where these children play and where the small livestock, the ponies and the calf and the sheep and so we're pushing back. That blind has been continually getting larger and more woven. It has two sections to it. There's a larger chamber and then a smaller chamber, and that's where the sentry lies. We've seen that in several blinds. When we are able to do it, we're going to remove that blind completely. They need to move on off of this property altogether. They need to move away from these children. We are not at a shortage of deep woods in this area or places that they can go. They have no business being up here around daycare, like in this little local town. They're around there. They're here. They're at the dumpsters. So we're going to push back. We're not going to let them get a foothold or
no. I was going to say up to that place there was new blinds, new structures, new pull downs.
Yeah.
We haven't been back there in a couple of months.
And another difference that we've noticed is and we talk about this in the book, in the DVD, and in many live streams, that they will herd the prey towards the home, sometimes intentionally or towards the people. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes the animals are just trying to get away from them. They want to come up where it's light and safety. But in the last week, we put out another trailer of predators following predators, but we even have a fox in our backyard now, and just we discourage that. We discourage you from feeding birds and wildlife in your yard. You may think it's beautiful, but you're putting them in a vulnerable position. When you do that, you're just basically just the same as you lure the deer there so that you can kill them. You're doing that favor for the predator Bigfoots. God created a perfect system. He gives all the animals everything that they need to survive. So he doesn't need us out there throwing corn and bird seed and stuff. As much as you love it, you're not helping them. You're endangering them. So anyway, that was a problem that we're seeing too. Some changes because we've been gone so much, working on other people's properties, and it's just upkeep that needs doing. So it's time to do it again, and we'll be getting rid of that blind when we can.
And so we did do it again. But also during this time, we find all different kind of tracks, different sizes. So they're using this area to walk through, and so we found a couple of trails, and the biggest, I guess, probably the biggest one was probably about that big. So that was visible at that time when we went out. So we started following those trails and those tracks, and of course, they're not using this area as their feeding ground. They're hunting in these areas, and they're taking the game back to their nest and their locations. And we know basically where they're at. But again, we can only track up to where we're allowed to track. There's other people's property, and we don't go into other people's property without permission. But we do have permission from neighbors here, so we're able to go a little bit further, but only up to their lines. We can't cross over, and we know pretty much where their main area would be, but we just don't have the access or the manpower to get in there right now. But we do have access to make sure they are not on our land, our areas,
or down here bothering this little family.
Because they have the book, but
it's completely new to them.
Yes, like it would be for a lot of other people. So then little by little, we're helping, and so what we're going to be doing later is helping them without them knowing, because we're going to be able to clear some areas around their home, not like a clear cut thing,
not on their property, but as much as we can do on ours.
Just enough to give them a visibility to know if something is there or not. So we picked up a trail, and we're going to show you this really fast. Okay, here we go. So we're following a trail right now. It's the best one that we have, the freshest one that we could see. We've seen the scuff marks. And Jose is actually very close to where I'm at, and I'll show him a track that I'm following, and he'll show Tanya, who's coming up, and then the next and the next, so that we know that we're on the same track. And so we're going to at least to the edge of the property, but we still have permission to go further than that if we need to. And we're going to show you this video. We're going to show you how we do some tracking out there. This is how we want all of our trackers to be out there. In the book, we talk a lot about this, but also that human voices attract predators, whether it's a fox, whether it's a wolf or coyote, or a predator Bigfoot or a hybrid of a Bigfoot. Um, Human voices attract predators. Always remember that. So when you're out there, especially the researchers that we see, you need to be a little quiet out there.
A lot quiet.
A lot quiet, and listen to what's going on. While you're talking, they're walking. It's one of the things that we say. When you turn your back, they play red light, green light. They'll sneak up. Also, whenever when they need to pull back, or if they want to advance, you're going to hear disturbances, noises, coyote yells, bird chirping, whatever. But that's to give them time to get a little closer or to pull back if trackers are coming in. So we're going to show you a quick video. This is actually us tracking these predators off the area. And just listen to what we're talking about.
I think this is about where we heard the coyotes.
They're reach over there. So this is how we track out there. We hold the talking to a minimum. Most of the times we're using hand signals until it gets dark, and then we hate using flashlights until we have to because of our night vision. That as soon as we hit those lights, it's hard to see in the distance for shadows once your eyes start getting looking for all that light.
And it lights us up.
Yeah, and it gives our position away as well. But we also want to thank Jose Antonio for supporting and helping us this way.
Because in this case, we wanted just bold, bright, light them up.
Yeah, we wanted to be bold and to let these things know, day or night, we will come out. If you come out, if you come to where we're at, we're going to come all the way out to where you're at. And so we were quiet all the way through there, and that's how all the trackers are when we're out there. Or if you got to talk, you talk as low as you can. Although it does sound like Jose and Tanya are louder than what they are, they have microphones right here that amplify, so they're talking low, but it just sounds, and that's for their viewers.
Right.
But they're not out there talking like this, even though it may sound that loud. They're like, okay, Tanya. So it sounds louder than what it does. But we're all making sure everyone's safe. We're only going certain distances, making sure that, like a slinky, make sure everyone is in eyesight and distance. We know where everybody's at, especially when you're on the track and you know that it's a fresh track. These things, like we talked about, did we do that at the tracker meeting? Talk about the button hook, or was that?
You talked about it recently, but I don't remember if it was at that
It
meeting.
may have been the last stream that we talked were about the predators will do a button hook. Also, military does it. Leave tracks and then circle back in the bush, and while you're following those tracks, you're in that ambush. So
We've known a Black Panther to do that.
yeah. So these are things. That's why we don't. You'll see other researchers just tromping through there. Just we can't do that. We know that these things will ambush. We know the translucency. These are things we're listening for sound. We're listening for any kind of noise out there that may give them away and give us the advantage of knowing where they're at. And also in the description below is the link to the entire track. Most of it's unedited, so you'll hear a little bit more of what we're talking about. But it's good working with a team of trackers, team of trained trackers, able to help each other when we need, because we need.
Now, they're not on our team. We have our own
Oh yeah,
team.
yeah.
They are their own team.
They are their own
but
team.
we're support for each other.
Yeah.
And we hope that for those of you that track, that you can arrange that kind of situation wherever you are, so that you can help each other and help the people around you.
Yeah. So now we're moving. Now we're getting into some serious areas. It's all serious. I mean, serious.
They're a little more intense, intense areas.
Because these now we're going to go into places where they're comfortable, where they know people don't come, because we usually go to the boundary unless we're going to the river. But again, we do have permission from our neighbors to do that. But this was not what we intended on that night, but these tracks were still fresh, so we had to keep going, because the further we can push them out, the more they know that we will come out, the more they know that we will go right through any trap. I mean, we know the traps, so we go around them, or their ambush areas.
They fear exposure, and we want them to know that they are exposed.
And they were as quiet as they could possibly
Except
be.
for they're like,
Yeah,
Just
except for the very
because-
low.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
But
hear
that
that.
wasn't for us. That was for each other.
Yeah, that was them signaling to each other and talking. But we were on it too. We were like, all right, I heard that. All right. But also in the field, we don't have to say, did you hear that? We all know what we're listening for.
We're all listening to bird language. We'll talk about that in a little while. We're all paying attention to shadow language, all those sorts of things.
And all the blinds, all the places that we talk about in the book, we didn't just write the book not knowing these things. Everything in here is about knowing.
We're not out there guessing and wondering.
No. So now we're moving into a thicker area. It's a bottom area, a place where, if there were water moccasins, they would be in this low bottom area. But again, if you have predator Bigfoots, you're not going to have those snakes. It's just one long piece of protein for them, and they eat everything that they can. So if you've had snakes, hogs, pigs, and things like that, a problem in your area, now you don't, you more than likely have these predators. So now we're getting into the thick of things. So we're going to play this next video to show you where we eventually ended up. And, someone, I think it was Tracker A, and thank you again, Tracker A, for that support today. We know exactly what we need to do with that. But Tracker A was talking about how, if people would see a 30-foot predator Bigfoot, they would understand why we carry weapons into the field. But also, which we haven't seen any bear. This place used to be bad with deer, bad with boars, razorbacks. I've seen
Snakes.
what's it called? The sows, longer than I am, and about that high. And they used to be some serious problems here, to where hunters would be chased out of the woods by the pigs. And we had to do one rescue when I was a young one. Well, the family had to do a rescue at one time because some hunters were up in the tree and all the hogs were around them. So they had to back a flatbed truck up to the tree, let them jump on, and they pulled them out. They had to drive deep in there to find that. But
that's another point. He's lived in this area all of his life. He knows these woods. He knows all these woods.
Yeah.
He's seen the changes. Just like where I was from, I've been in those woods all my life. I knew those changes. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to notice. Things have changed. They're no longer in the deep forest. They're here, up close and personal.
So we're going to show you this next video, and this is when we're getting into, and we're still quiet. We're still moving in, still following the tracks, and these tracks are leading us to a very big nest. So let's watch this video real fast, and we'll talk about that in just a second. I want to make sure I got the right one.
Aquí pasó algo muy grande y me arrancó la rama. Mira.
Y está recién arrancada,
Sí,
¿eh? Está recién arrancada porque están las hojas verdes.
¿Te acuerdas que te dije que algo salió corriendo?
Sí. Fue ahorita cuando José dijo.
Está arriba del árbol. Cuidado, que está acá arriba. ¿Y quién son los árboles?
Tengo toda picoteada de los mosquitos.
Acá hay más árboles arrancados, mira.
¿Ya? Ahí están. Aquí está otra cruz.
Ya. Allá está otro.
Y está arrancado el árbol adrede para hacer la cruz. Mira, va el coche.
Veo con la tirada ahí. Ahí está detrás de ti. Ahí está aquí, no. Atrás. Mira aquí. Wow. Look at that blind, man.
Oh my God.
That's huge.
Está muy grande. Jerry,
You think there's something behind?
Jerry.
Yeah. If you hear that, ¿escuchaste eso?
Aquí es un corral. Escuchen. Mira,
El tamaño que tiene.
ahí está un blind. Ahí está un blind. Y aquí está un corral. Mira. Con tres arcos.
Wow, this place is amazing, man. Yeah.
Esta parte aquí está impresionante. Miren. Jerry, this part is stunning. Oh my God. Ahí se escucha algo todavía que no para. Sí se escucha, tira el alarido. Hay uno que está constante, en un
Yeah.
sonido muy grave, y de repente se escucha uno que otro agudo.
Así alcanza a escuchar.
Se me está acabando la pila ya.
You like how that ended up with the cross
We loved that.
There was
That
a
was all gone.
yeah, and we also decided that while we're at those places, we're gonna be saying prayers from now on.
We
And,
say prayers when we go out.
Yeah.
And prayers when we get back.
mhm.
But somewhere along the way, we got so busy with just what we're doing out there. We also want to make sure that at each of these types of structures that we say prayers also. And we prayer walk the land, but we want to specifically in each track do the prayers too.
So while we're out there, we're listening for certain things, bird language.
Oh, sure. I've got this.
And if you're one of the trackers or on the tracking team, you understand what we're talking about. But for some of the other people, we want to talk about a little bit like bird language. We want to explain a little bit about that and a couple of things.
Okay, do you want me to go in the order that we're going to end up seeing them?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to read you a few things from our book. This is a very small section of the introduction. We developed this book for the people who have no help, for those who have no one to believe them about what they have seen or heard. This book is for people with the concern that there is something unnatural out in the forest. It was written for the people who are ridiculed or scoffed at and not taken seriously by family members, friends, strangers, counselors, or law enforcement. It is written for those of you who begin to doubt yourselves when you know that you know what you saw, heard, or experienced. So that's just a section of our introduction. We're going to read a little bit of preferred habitat. We're going to read you these things, and then we'll show you a video in a little while. Just listen to the knowledge here, and then take that knowledge as you listen to the video. We'll show you in a little while, and you'll see how everything applies. Now we're going to go to page. It may seem like it skips around a little now, but it'll make sense. Preferred habitat on page 56 of the book. Jerry says, predator Bigfoots live in wooded, isolated areas, caves, or cave systems, but sleep anywhere people cannot see them. The predator Bigfoots have no natural enemy except man, and no other animal will approach a sleeping predator Bigfoot. Expect them in the mountains, the forest, waterways, national parks, the deepest of the forest centers. The predator Bigfoots and predator Bigfoot hybrids hunt at camping, fishing, swimming, and boating areas, isolated rest stops, isolated roadways, underbrush, and animal or hiking trails. Lead Tracker E says, and these were just from like a transcript from one of our live streams. Lead Tracker E says, but these days, predator Bigfoots are not just out in the woods. They're in the cities and towns, behind the box stores in the city park, behind the daycare, anywhere there's a dumpster. These things are everywhere. A lot of people don't know what to look for or that they have predator Bigfoots around them. When we go to these locations, we see these signs. If you don't know what you're looking for, you won't know that these things are everywhere. Since 2020, when everyone was ordered to stay inside, they have advanced and multiplied. And Jerry says, people do not know about the translucency or how the hair bends light to hide the physical to look like shadow people, or the movements to watch for. The predator Bigfoots and predator Bigfoot hybrids can look like wallpaper. They can look like eyes on the wall or protruding from the wall. They can look like solid flesh and blood one moment, then look like the object behind them. And we go into detail about why the hair does that and how it does that. Now we're going to go to page 65. We're talking about the types. Jerry says hunting during certain weather events reduces visibility and noise, making it less likely they will be seen or heard, and covers their tracks and evidence of their passing. All predators move towards storm and devastation locations for food. And then there's a whole section, I won't read it today, but that's followed by thunder and lightning and different other weather events, which are also the names of types of predator Bigfoots and hybrids. And we go into those on other live streams. We'll go to page 99. And a lot of you already have the book. Page 99, bird language. It's 3 pages, but I won't read it all. I'll just give you the gist of it. Hear a bird, find a bird. That's a quote that we say a lot. Know the sounds of birds in your area. Locate the bird before anyone dismisses the sound as a bird. And there's a lot more on that in bird language. We talk about bird language. And page 124. We can't watch any story or listen to any story, not a single story on these channels. And we're glad for these channels that tell people's stories and encounters. But we can't listen to a single one without going, ooh, that's in the book. Ooh, wish they'd had that information. Ah, here it comes. You know, we see the patterns. So this chapter is ambush areas and bows, pages 124 and 125. Ambush areas are strategic areas used for herding and capture of prey, using skirting and chutes, funnels prey to blinds, corrals. You saw that in that video where they're starting to corral the circle. Ravines, deep water crossings, bridges, bows, and land spikes. When we say bridges, we also, those who listen to the channel know that we're not talking about just the man-made bridges. We're talking about logs placed in or pushed over intentionally or used over water, or deep ravines over waterways. Anyway, these areas are filled with traps, land spikes, and enclosures. Hiding spots are created by the predator Bigfoots and predator Bigfoot hybrids to lay in wait for prey to be directed to by the troops' herders or wander into from game trails. The areas are marked by bows. Bows are the arches, the arcos, bends, arches, you know, they look hairpins, some people will call them. Bows are trees which have been extremely bent or arched and are often held down on the top end by other logs or debris, or sometimes pushed directly into the ground. Every little bow has significance. The size of the bow indicates the size of the prey it is meant for, in essence, a sorting mechanism. Bows are also called arches, arcos, arcs, bows, bends, and hairpins. When an abundance of bows are found in one area, you will find other signs of predator Bigfoot activity. Predator Bigfoots are in the area, and it's a good idea to take care and carefully scout around for other signs. Strong, short limbs are placed near trees and blinds and are used to club prey to death. We've shown you examples of that. Many of the weapons used by the predator Bigfoots are left for another predator Bigfoot to wield when using the same ambush area. They look just like nature, so if you don't know what you're looking for, you're just going to overlook it and think it's another branch on the ground. When many bows appear overnight, the predator Bigfoot or predator Bigfoot hybrids in that area are hunting and hungry. Homes in large areas will have pull-downs and structures that will be covered incrementally with branches and foliage, while most people don't even notice. The X will also be found at the entrance to hunting or nesting grounds and are used to mark boundaries. The different structures also display dominance, direct prey, and harness the power of the earth's energy. We have seen bows made from tallow, pine, cedar, oak, mimosa, and many other tree varieties, including both hardwoods and softwoods. As mentioned above, the size of the bow indicates the size of the prey. The small bows are for mice, rabbits, squirrels, raccoons, etc., and the larger bows are for feral hogs, deer, horses, cattle, man, and man on a horse. Each active bow will have a predator Bigfoot in the area, and many will have a log or tree limb lying in front of the bow with spikes placed on the far side of an obstruction such as a log, and they will be in strategic places for the game in the area. Note, predator Bigfoots will rotate as a spider around trees where people are to always have cover. I'm sorry, I read that poorly. Predator Bigfoots will rotate as a spider around trees where people are to always have cover. It will keep the same distance away until cover or night approaches. By that, we just mean as you move around, they're going to move around. And the spikes that we're talking about, they're sharpened branches or tree roots that are placed on the opposite side of a log. So when the animal is herded over, it impales itself or just gets wounded and leaves a blood scent. Okay, the next is now we're going to page 145, 146. Read a little bit about predator Bigfoot path, game trails, tree breaks, and X's. Paths. Predator Bigfoots have their own path. This path will be at a 45-degree angle and will give the sense that the predator Bigfoots have vanished into the tree line's edge. When tracking predator Bigfoots or their hybrids, use their paths to maneuver safely and quietly. These paths maneuver through thick vegetation, sticker vines, and skirting and will be marked in a waveform or S. There will be skirting that can be pushed aside like a door or curtain. Stickers on this route will not be present, and vines that used to have thorns will be smooth. The predator Bigfoots rub the stickers or thorns off the vines and maneuver through these paths without making a sound. When using this path, going through thickets is easy and unblocked. Our tracking methods use spider webs to find these paths. Predator Bigfoots also use spider webs to know what broke the spider web by the tracks on the ground and where the web was broken. The spider's web also dictates the height of the prey and when the prey came through. We use the spider webs in the same way when performing track and locate operations. The unbroken spider web tells us which way predator Bigfoot paths are through the thick vegetation, and there's several more pages on those subjects. We'll go to page.
Did you get the one on mimicking?
It's coming up. Okay. Page 114, body's natural warning signs. I'm going to read kind of fast so we don't take up too much time. Our body has natural offensive abilities and defensive warning signs for protection that informs us that a translucent predator Bigfoot or predator Bigfoot hybrid is encroaching. Our bodies will inform us of where to locate the unseen translucent predator. Our bodies are filled with senses and feelings. We use these feelings to know which direction the translucent predators are. If the hair on the back of the neck stands up, the predators are behind a person. If the goosebumps show up on the right arm, the translucent predator is on the right side, and vice versa. If the goosebumps form on the left side, the translucent predator is on the left of a person. The feeling of wind that is not the wind will give the direction of the predator, and a shiver or negative chills will inform us of the predator's presence. If your body tingles uncomfortably all over, you are surrounded. Your body and spirit are warning you that danger is near. Learn to interpret fear as a call to prepare for attack. To discourage the translucent predators, whichever arm forms goose pimples, look in that direction and face your body towards the unseen predator. Always carry a camera or weapon with you to discourage all predators from attack. When these feelings arise, scan your area with the camera and slowly pan. Now slowly go back, but stop for 2 seconds and snap a photo. The predators will stay, still hoping not to expose themselves or their troop. They have the fear of being exposed.
I would just go to this.
West Side Killers, okay. We're going to go to West Side Killers, page 76. Page 76. The West Side Killers get their name from their angle of attack. Our eyes have different duties and have to be trained separately as well as together. The right eye is for catching glimpses, shadows, blurs, and quick movement. The left eye is for focusing on an object and uses the memory to outline objects until they are recognizable. The left eye's peripheral vision does not see as far back and to the side as the right eye. making the left side or the left eye the most vulnerable for attack. The left side is also called the west side or death side or blind side. This is where the term to be blindsided comes from. The hunting predator Bigfoots and predator Bigfoot hybrids will try to merge with the west side or death side, as they know we cannot catch quick movement from the left side. To train the left eye to focus more quickly, hold your hand over your right eye and scan an area. Practice to focus quickly from object to object. When you're in the forest and want to zoom in on something, close your right eye and make a small peeking circle with your left hand curled like a scope and looking through the tiny hole created by your curled fingers while telling your body to see or see it. Over time, you will notice that you can see further and focus faster with that eye. To train the right eye, place your hand over your left eye and practice looking for and catching any movement as far back and to the right as possible. Many of these predators will only be seen through peripheral vision. And when you do see something, and I actually still struggle with this, I have to catch myself, don't turn and look, because you don't want to give away that you see them, because they can get aggressive. We just got a couple, which one to pick, because I went through for, you want mimics and sounds?
No, I would just, yeah. Mimics and sounds.
Because each
next.
one goes with something in the video.
Yeah, this one and that one for sure.
Okay, we're going to page 77, communication. The predator Bigfoots and hybrids have developed a communication system between themselves. The predators.
I was going to do page 102.
Huh? This one talks about the chirping.
Oh, okay.
I think we have it in
My
a
fault.
couple. Well, we covered chirping as one of the mimics. We have pages and pages of sounds that they make, and we cover that in both communication and that's on page 77 and in
Bird language?
we already talked about bird language. Mimicking vocalizations and gestures, starting on page 102 and going through 106. I mean, it's a comprehensive list, and it includes roar, screams, clicks, chirps, grunts. It includes animal noises, machine noises, weather noises, human noises, mechanical, if I didn't say that. They can sound like a UPS truck backing up on the top of a mountain.
And also, it's in the DVD. It's not in the book, but in the DVD, would you talk about how your car, your tent, any place that you return to, if you're camping and you want to go for a hike and you come back, while you're gone, those predators are moving into the best location to wait for you to return. Same way with your car. They know you're going to return from that hike to get into your car. And if you're that last car that's all alone or isolated, they're already there waiting for you. There was another guy.
You can find more on that on ambush spots.
So expect your vehicle to be an ambush area when you return to it, especially if you're getting activity, or you're being followed out, or you're being chased out. And the other trap, they're just chasing you right into another trap. Your car is an ambush because they know you're going right to that car to try to get into it and get away. So
we talk about translucence. We have a chapter on translucence. We give examples of that. If you take a good look at Jerry's profile picture, you can see an example of a translucent in the background. That was from a photo that we took. I'll stop there. But every single thing in the story that you're about to listen to
is in the book. And
if those people had our book
before, they would have not had this happen.
Or they'd have been more mentally prepared for it. That's for sure. And
you've seen in our video when we were out there in active areas, they were quiet. They knew we were there. They knew we weren't normal. normal people. We weren't talking, chattering, laughing, having a radio or headphones on, looking at a phone. They watched their P's and Q's. They did not want to alert us in any way, and that's what we want for everyone. We want you to be able to deter and push things out for your safety, for your family to be safe. We want them to be on edge. We don't want us to be. So
A couple of things we address in the book. I can't tell you right where right now, but one of the things is skylining, standing up on top of something, because that actually comes up in this story.
yeah,
You know, you're standing up on a cliff or a hill and
Looking
you're looking down.
everybody.
Well, everything can see you, but they also do it. But they're smart enough to get down low and look
And look over, yeah.
and see. So when you're porting your boat, or when you're landing your boat down below, and there's a big cliff up there, you can know that they're going to be in the best spot. We're in a high tree. The
Yeah.
lines might be high. They're going to go every now and then and get in a high spot, which is what we should be doing as trackers too.
Well, when we go out, first thing we're looking for blinds, we're looking for push downs, we're looking for activity, prints, cloud marks on trees. So when we hit, and being a tracker, that's what you do. It's just a natural thing. That's anywhere you go. Once you get out of a vehicle, if it's another town, at a restaurant, you're looking at the dumpsters. You're looking at the corner angle. You're looking at the dark part of where that light is not going to be at that restaurant, and that's where you'll be looking for tracks and things like that. But skylining, we talked about that. That's in the Bigfoot documentary. And don't forget, May, we have this sale going on, $50 plus $5 shipping and handling for an autographed book and a documentary that we have.
And normally, the documentary just by itself, the
Yes.
price now is $55, and the book is $25 on Amazon unsigned.
Yeah, unsigned.
So that's a good deal.
But this book, you're going to listen to this, or you're going to hear things in the story that the book, if they had the book, and you're going to, if you watch any of these other, or any channels, I won't say any other because this is a tracker channel, but watching channels that has to do with predator Bigfoots, if you have this book, you'll understand what they missed, what they did wrong, why they got in that situation. And with this book, you'll also know how to protect yourself to not get in that situation. So we're going to show a quick film, a quick couple of clips are pushed together. And this is from a friend, Fred from Alaska, Subarctic Sasquatch. His link is in the description below. If you would go there and like and subscribe and join his channel. Lots of his own content, lots of his own experiences of tracking, and he does share stories from other people in that area who are willing to come forward and help. And all these stories are information that we all need, and we all need to hear. We don't want to be in that situation. We don't want our children to be in situation. We don't want y'all, anyone who's not a tracker, who doesn't know as much yet, we don't want you in these situations. Now, these are life and death situations, and we're glad a lot of people make it out, but some don't.
And we're fighting back against a tidal wave of misinformation from TV programs and stuff that either question whether Bigfoot exists at all, and they know that it does, or that the ones that will admit, they'll pretend it's all Harry and the Hendersons, and it's not. They're a predator. They're always a predator.
And like we said in our training course, that if people won't even consider the possibility, then they're endangering their family.
Yeah.
Right away, they're endangering their family.
If somebody told you that a pedo was living in the neighborhood, would you want to know? Does that make the person that tried to warn you bad or a negative person because they notice and they're trying to warn you?
So we're going to watch this video. The things that we just talked about, listen for those details. It's just here to help, and knowing the things in this book will help you out there.
And for our trackers, you guys are real quick at finding different spots in the book too. Listen for some of the things that we didn't get to because we didn't want to read the whole book here, but
Yeah.
you put your notes of what you noticed too
And-
that's in the book that would have helped.
And these clips come from Subarctic Sasquatch Fred.
Great guy.
This is from his content. Again, go there, like and subscribe to his channel.
Mhm.
So let's listen to the story that he just put out.
Happening is they tucked into Chugach Bay and anchored out for a bit, and their friend said, hey, there's a trail, a hiking trail up there. It's an old trail, but if you guys want to kill time while we're waiting out the storm to go by, I can take you over, drop you off with the little dinghy boat, and you guys can hike around and beachcomb or whatever to kill time. And so they said, we'll think about it. So after about an hour, they decided to make a go of it and took him up on his offer. So he launched his little boat, and his buddy gave him his shotgun and said, be aware of the bears. And, kind of gave him a little tutorial, and, they weren't too worried about running into a bear because the salmon were running and they had other things to do as far as they weren't necessarily in the area. They were at the salmon streams as far as they were concerned. But anyway, so they get dropped off at the beach, and his friend had a .22 pistol. He goes, listen, from my pistol, if you're not here when I come back, if I have to come back sooner to get you, I'll fire the .22 in the air, and you guys will know I'm here, and then you can, make your way back to the beach. So they said it sounded great. Well, they get going, and they're enjoying it at first. There's enough breeze to keep the mosquitoes away. And as they were making their way up this side of the mountain, basically, to find this trail, this old road. And so when they get up there, they're looking around. They got a beautiful view. They're happy because they could see the storm front's gonna miss them. They were just getting some wind and none of the rain or anything like that. So as they were sitting there enjoying the scenery, they were walking along. They were going down the trail, and everything just seemed so good. Then they weren't paying attention to bird noises or anything like that. They weren't well versed in the woods. And because they could see the boat down there, they felt relatively safe. They had a game plan as far as getting picked up. So, they weren't necessarily on edge for anything bad to happen. And so as they're going along, they go around this little bend, and as they stop, Denise stopped, and she said that she doesn't know why, but she felt like she walked into a wall of negative energy. She had to stop, and she just turned around and was talking to her husband, and they both were looking around like, well, I wonder what that is. And as they turned and panned to their left, standing about, they guesstimate about 60 feet away, there was a hairy man standing there staring at them. And it just gave them, from what they expressed, it gave them a look of, what are you doing here? Like, just a real odd look. And initially they were just kind of stuck. Freaking out, you know what I mean? Anyway, so they see this thing and it's looking back at them. They said the skin was really dark, almost black, but it looked greasy, and a lot of wrinkles, wide jaw. The eyes looked black from the distance they were looking at this thing. And they said when they were looking at it, it was making weird noises like little chirps. Real odd, making these little chirps. And so they were slowly backing away at this point because they didn't know what to make of it or what to do about it. They were kind of in a stuck position. And so they start making their way back down to where the boat picked them up, or dropped them off, I should say. Now, from what they were saying, on their way down, this thing was following them, but staying at a distance, but was there. They heard it pacing back and forth. At certain points on their way down, when they were descending down the mountain to get down to the beach, they said that it was pacing beside them and would pass them and then go back up, almost like it was just going back and forth right beside them the whole time. Now, he said he contemplated firing the gun in the air just cause to try to scare it away, but he figured, no, I'll wait till I get to the beach and I'll fire in the air to get my buddy's attention on the boat to get, picked up or whatever. So the whole time they're making their way back down, they get down they kind of broke trail a little bit from the path they took up, so they ended up a little further away, and there was some rocks along where they couldn't get down to the beach, so they had to backtrack. And as they were doing that, they said that's when things got a little more aggressive. This thing started, after the screaming and stuff and breaking branches and pacing back and forth. They said several times it sounded like it would charge forward and then stop, then back off, and it would get quiet and then charge forward out of just random. They said it sounded like it would rush forward, making noise, and then stop, and then would retreat silently and do it again, but always staying right out of view, making god-awful noises. So once they got down to the beach, they fired the shotgun in the air, and they sat there waiting. And when they fired the shotgun in the air, they said it let out a scream real loud and then moved away. They heard it moving up the mountain, and they assumed that it was just okay. The gunshot scared it away. They noticed their buddy over on the boat came out onto the stern and was getting in the boat, in the little dinghy, to come get them. Now, when his friend got there to pick him up, his friend was like, get in the boat, did you guys see that? So I guess from his buddy's perspective, coming back to pick them up, as they were watching for him coming to shore, their backs were turned, but this thing was behind them. And their friend said it looked like it was literally just behind them in the brush, standing there as they were looking back at him as he was coming to shore. He yells at him, get in the boat. And he has his friend, he has Denise operate the outboard, shows her how to put it in reverse, and he says, go slowly. And again, Denise and her husband aren't paying attention to what's going on behind them, right? So this guy is trying to get their attention forward, get Denise to back up the skiff as he's keeping an eye on this thing, because they weren't paying attention. So when they did pay attention, because his friend's pointing, they all turn around and look, and it was standing literally within 20 feet behind them, and just not doing anything aggressive, but just looking, just giving them the stink eye, as it was said. And they tillered on back, and then they swapped. His friend took control of the little dinghy and zipped over the boat. They said they sat on the boat there explaining what had happened, and his friend, the operator of the boat, said, I heard something, but I couldn't make it out. And he said, the screams I heard, I thought it was you guys. That's why I kept coming out and looking off the stern. Then I heard the gunshot a little while later and figured I better get over there.
One of the things that's in the book that we stress over and over, and in our videos, bends and curves are almost always ambush spots. And you notice they were just going around because it's a blind spot. And so you notice that's where their first sighting of him was. It was right around a curve.
Let's do some comments.
Okay.
And then we'll finish up, and then we're going to take comments again.
Okay.
Hey, look here.
Jim's here. Hey, Jim. From
Jim's here.
Life's Adventures.
Good hearing from you, Jim. Okay. No problem. Everything's. Hey, Enrique.
Hey, Enrique.
Enrique Falcon. He says,
Glad you're back.
Best expert Bigfoot from CDMX City, Mexico. All right.
Glad you're here. Saludos.
Look who's here.
Bernice. Hey, Tracker B.
All right, Tracker B.
We're going to collect all her stories into one playlist, too, to make it easier to find.
And she may have been in the documentary.
Yeah.
So.
We hadn't had a chance to catch up with you yet.
Let's see. Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan.
Dally.
Says, hey, Jerry Lee Tracker, much respect. Jonathan from Ireland.
Hey,
on your shows.
yeah, I think we've heard.
Yeah,
from
we
you
remember
before.
you.
Yeah.
Very glad you're here. Much respect to
Who?
you, too. There's Noah
Fajardo.
Fajardo.
Hola, buenas
CT
noches. Me gusta mucho.
Translates.
Camitero
In a
de
bit.
Pie Grande les. Yeah.
CT, I saw that earlier.
And also that Fisher of Sam says he couldn't hear anything. That's actually good.
No, I think it was when I was.
When you was talking, I
Yeah.
thought you was talking about.
CT said that Fajardo says Fajardo likes very much the knowledge you share with us about Bigfoot. He is very thankful for that. Gracias. Fajardo.
Gracias. Where are you at?
I skipped ahead just to CT's to read her.
Oh, okay. There we are.
In her translation.
Fisher Spam's talking a lot.
Jazzy's here.
Hey.
Says she didn't get her notification. I had to turn my own notification on like 4 times today.
Oh wow, yeah.
And even I noticed with our reels and our shorts and just on both platforms, even if we hit like on our own, and a lot of times the reason we do that is to even see if it stays, because every time we go back, it's gone again. They mess with the numbers hard.
Yeah.
So you guys will always check and double check and make sure you hit like and share it and help us get this information out, because nobody else that we know is doing this.
No.
It's, that's the stories are great, but now what to do about it or what to do to prevent it. That's what we provide that we're not seeing elsewhere, and you guys can help us with that.
CT's doing a wonderful job.
There, Lorna noticed the cross.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
That's it. Judith.
Hi, Judith.
Hey, how you doing? All right.
This is a nice video. Thank you.
Look at this.
Cube says, late again, but here with my tracking axe at the ready.
All right. He has a wrench and they're ready to use them. Good thing we didn't need to.
Cube says $42.95 in Australia, but worth every cent. Thank you, Cube.
Hey.
Boy, he's picked it up and he is applying it. And that's what we're trying to teach people too. It doesn't matter if you're north, south, tropical, mountainous, wherever. They're going to use the foliage that's in your area, and they're going to do these same things. And they're going to look like the animals in your area. They're going to have those kind of features. If you read our book, you'll understand why. It applies across the world. Mm-hmm. Judy says, thank you.
And Judy's here.
Appreciate you, Judy.
Let's see. Hey, Judy. All right. You picked
Judy
it up.
caught the little chirps. They're talking about the chirps. Good. Exactly. You don't expect a big, huge monster to be chirping like a little tiny thing. Hear a bird, find a bird. Lay your eyes on it if you can.
And a famous one, if I can do it.
Whistle?
No.
Yeah. Hope y'all can hear that.
I just want to make sure y'all heard it. And that was all in one breath. So I just kept going, whoo. But if you hear that, that is a Bigfoot. That's not a bird.
CT says, I did not translate anything in Spanish since I think nobody was here who speaks only Spanish. Oh, okay. No problem. Okay. But thank you.
Yo habla español. ¿Tú tienes?
JR says, love the AR-15 shotgun combo. A former law enforcement friend told me the fastest ammo magazine changeout is to grab the second weapon you have within reach. Makes sense.
That is,
makes a lot of sense.
And that's what I would have done. Pop, 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 pop. Threw that one off. Got that one. Boom, boom, boom. Pull that one out. Pop, 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 pop. Pull that knife out. So let's get it.
Yeah.
We ain't stopping there.
And if one engages, everyone engages. But you make sure you're not crossfiring. You talk about those things beforehand.
Yeah, we know where everybody's at.
Night Stars is here and quietly listening. Hopefully we can get together tomorrow, Night Stars, if you would, and let's talk about the website. Very excited about that. And somebody just asked us today if we had one. We're going to have one. Okay. Jerry said, get back to it. CT says, muy bien, Jerry. I closed my eyes and it sounds like a bird singing.
Yeah, I've heard it so much. I'm like, okay, I can make that sound.
which is what they do.
And there's also one that goes.
That's it. Almost sounds like wind. You know that Fern is going to get a screenshot of that.
Uh-oh. Well, then let's give us a heart.
Is it going to work? You got to get closer. He has to do this at least once an episode.
Didn't work. Judy said, JJJ. She said, give me some weapons.
Cube says that weapon is banned out here except for Vicpo being the only state police.
Anything happens in that area, yo.
You know, you got to do what you got to do. Find a.
Well, I started off with a spear.
Yeah, and we've actually heard it.
And a knife.
Yeah, some people make fun of that, but what if that's all somebody has?
That's all I have.
Broomstick with a knife attached to it. Wasp spray, whatever. You just all. God bless my mom for training us like that from the beginning. She always said, when you walk into a room, you make, or in your home, make sure you've got a weapon, something that could be used for a weapon in every kind of, in every single room.
The shotgun that I have now was actually a gift from Charles, not Tracker C, but another Charles or Chuck, as he goes by. But I had started off with the spear because I knew there was tracks, there was a predator around coming every night. Animals were missing, pets were missing. Motion detector lights were going off, not at my place, but I was like at a small trailer at that time. I didn't have a shotgun. I didn't have any weapons, so I went to Walmart and grabbed a great big oak dowel that they use for a
dowel rod.
Dowel rod they use for a curtain. A clothes
closet
hanger
rod.
Closet rod. I sharpened that up, and I have my 12-inch knife, and that's all I had. But that's all I had. So I want to make sure I knew how to use it, how to use the spear, how to get extension, where the power is, where to hit. And then I borrowed the shotgun, which was a single shot. So now I have a single shot, a spear, and a knife, which I knew that if they come through this door where I was at, because they were coming every night, they popped that door open, that spear was going to give me, and I had it wedged in so I could just pull it down for the door. That spear is going to give me just enough second to pull that shotgun up and use it. And then it was one of those you got to break and then stick another one in, but I still had my knife too. So I was like, as long as it's one, we're okay. But
And you never give up.
Never give up. So that's all I had, but that's what I was going to use.
Yeah, don't let anybody shame you for it, and don't let anybody shame you for taking some kind of weapon out there with you. If they don't want a weapon, then they don't take a weapon. Your weapon is not their business.
Uh-oh, not Stars is saying. See, here's that bird
all the time.
Yeah, and listen for another one, because if they're doing that, they're getting around you. They're trying to surround you. That same bird will be chirping way over there.
And the second whistle that you did, that to me sounds more like a howling wind, kind of like a low wind. I don't remember which video it's on, but it's in one of them with Jose and Tanya.
Oh.
Right there at that structure, at that last structure. Yeah. We can hear it.
And that starts, here's a bird all the time. CT says, oh, sorry, Senor Jerry. Next time I'll translate to Spanish for you. Laugh out loud. Sí, no necesito translación por mí. Yo entiendo mucho español. Es Jose Tanya. Necesito translación. Ayuda. Nah, just kidding. But Night Stars is here. Judy is saying, oh, fantastic videos, Jerry. Now, thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judy. Patmos Mike. Is that right?
Hi, Patmos Mike. Says New York Reload, 2 weapons on hand.
Yeah, you're right. And
you're gonna fit right in, Patmos Mike.
We like you already. Yeah, that one, that long one. I hear that mostly in the morning, like when they're saying "get back," everybody get back, and right around 5, 4, something like that.
People think all they're doing is the giant monkey sounds and the roars, and there's so much more. So much
Mhm.
more they can do. Cube's heard that same sound in Australia, exactly.
Yeah, and they will do that chirp.
Or clicks, clucks,
Yeah.
just to, get the bug. Judy says we're paying attention to birds that are chirping while we wait for the school bus. My daughter and grandkids are on it and away.
Oh,
Good, Judy.
good job, Judy.
Good for you. Thank you, Grandma. And
Thank
bus
you,
stops is
Grandma.
another
Yeah,
ambush
ambush.
spot that we warn people about. Bus stops and mailboxes.
And if you watch the episode with, I'm not sure if the channel's still up, but Bigfoot Odyssey.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's still up or not, but episode 88, Mark Copeland talks about how his kids would get dropped off by the bus, and one day he had bought a little car for him to drive, one of those play cars, and the little boy said, "Now they can't catch me." And he said, "What are you talking about?" He said, the hairy people that are waiting and watching when I get off the bus, and that sometimes they walk along while that kid is walking up that road. So that's when he took everything a little bit
More
serious.
Trampolines.
And also moved
Play
his family
areas.
because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually moved his family because these predators were at the bus station. And they were making themselves known to his children, not to him, but to his children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You teach a kid to play peekaboo. And Judy says yesterday's discussion was bird language.
Oh, thank you so much, Judy.
Good.
That makes us so happy.
Yeah.
Hey, Scarborough is
Scarborough,
here.
how you doing?
And the last name?
Oh, Heather.
Heather. Yes,
Hey, Heather, we know you're around there.
We know you're listening, Heather.
Pretending not to.
Where Chief is saying hello to Scarborough. Scarborough saying,
strange, been hearing the geese honking with no geese in the sky. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they mimic that.
Humans can beatbox and throw their voices like a ventriloquist. These things have a lot better lung capacity
and more time to practice. That's all they got. Cuban there saying hello to everybody. Tracker Lorna saying hello to Scarborough. CT saying hello to Cubinator. Cubinator saying hello to Lead.
And Scarborough says, Heather says hello.
And Scarborough's also saying hello,
we
Tracker
like
Lorna.
You know what we say every time we see Heather?
Heather says
afterwards we say that Heather's a pistol.
Yeah. I said Heather's got something to say.
We're just gonna call you Pistol Heather.
Heather's got something to say. She holds back a lot.
She's funny. Okay, we're all caught up on comments.
Okay, so we're going to finish up. So this next video it's about, and you may have seen this on YouTube already, but we like it because we just want to explain that this is a video with Jose and Tanya. It's got a country song with it about coming into our house that we're gonna take care of what we got to, but it's also about friendship. We're very good friends with Jose and Tanya and their family. We care about their family. We want to make sure they come home safe to their family every time, especially if they're with us or if we're with them, either way, because we help each other out. But this also takes us back to some channels and some people who were wanting to interfere with this channel, trying to disrupt it, trying to throw negativity at this, trying to false accuse and things like that. We deleted those people, got rid of them. We didn't want that here because we have things that we have to do. And to us, this is a serious matter. We take this serious, so we
take it personal when people try to shut us up about it because it's too important.
It is, and there's too many lives in danger to us to be out here playing around and trying to entertain in that kind of way. We're not an entertainment channel. But there are people who has done this in the past who they could have been right here with us. There's some other people right now who kind of we're kind of seeing that they may be trying to pinpoint or try to come this way to cause a problem.
Circling like vultures is what it means.
But also even those people, you don't have to do things like that.
No.
just learn, become
Be
a
safer
knower,
out there.
and it would help you,
And you can help other people.
and then you can help other people.
That's all we're doing. We're just that's our complete purpose. And in the it says in the book too, each of our personal reasons for being here. And mine is because the turning point for me is seeing their traps set up, their hunting traps that they'd used to get all this other prey. They set up around my little grandson's play area, his little rope swing over the creek. And I went out there one morning. There's their traps all around it, and that was a game changer for me. So nothing's stopping us. We don't care. You know, we've lost a lot.
Yeah, but we have to keep
with-
going.
You know, it is what it is, as people say. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, God replaces,
And even-
restores everything. You know what I mean? We just keep pushing forward and warning people. No matter who mocks, no matter who blocks, no matter who shadow bans or kicks us out of groups, or accuses us of whatever they do, whatever hits we take, we'll take them, because we're trying to get this information out there.
And this isn't directed at anyone specifically. There's been a lot of people who's tried to interfere in different ways, but the only reason we've got involved with any other group or trackers, or like Jose and Tanya, we've seen that we can help them. They're missing a few little things, and we've seen that we can help them be a little bit safer out there if we could connect with these people. But we did that with other channels too. We like, there's certain things you're doing out there that we just want to help you, and we offered our help, and we gave our help, and we gave them answers that they never had before, only to have them still come back and try to
But they're just,
harm us.
those people are just that kind of person, though. And we didn't know that at the time. You don't know till you know. And they still doing it to other people, you know. But it's just a chance you take in trying to get the news out there to others. There's always going to be some bad apples. Keep moving forward and keep getting that information. Don't shut up until somebody listens to you, until everybody listens to you.
And the thing, the point I was trying to get to is that they could have been our friends.
Mm-hmm.
They could have been tracking with us. We could have been tracking with them. We could have been sharing all the information. We could have been sending support. You know, we could have accepted support from them to help us. We could have been a bigger community, a bigger, stronger group.
An actual community.
An actual community, but the certain groups, and so there's still a couple people out there for some reason still want to try to interfere with what we're doing.
And we know it's Ephesians 6. We wrestle not with flesh and blood.
Yeah, we
It's the
know.
spirits
We
behind
know
it.
the spirits behind it.
What kind of spirit would want you to not warn people
Yeah.
if their kids and the elderly and the homeless are in vulnerable positions, or they're doing something that's dangerous, or that they might get hurt? Who stops that? Does God stop that kind of knowledge, or
No.
does the enemy stop that kind of knowledge? Who wants people safe and who doesn't? And that tells you all you need to know right there.
And even some people who, I've heard some people say their fries are faking, whatever. I say buy the book, read it, and go test this book.
Yeah, simple as that.
Go see if
You will learn at least one thing.
whatever we're saying in this book is going to save your life out there. So that just, because this next, we're showing this video, and it's with Jose and Tanya, and it's kind of because they came back to help us. We help them, they help us. We appreciate them so much. Like our trackers, we all share information. We know what's going on with each other, and we appreciate that sharing of information, which makes us stronger because we all know the same thing.
And we can help in our area, but we can only get to so many people. Each of you have your own area, your own elderly that are, overgrown in their wood line, your own grandmothers and relatives and single moms that, just look in your areas. If for instance, here's one. I used to work in a convenience store, and there was this guy, and his name was Crazy, and he was awesome, but he was a little crazy, but we loved him. And he would get up every morning and come sit with us at I worked in a deli like 3, 4 in the morning. It was just me and my little girl running it. First thing in the morning, he would come sit down there just to sit there, to be a presence, to make sure that we were safe. When I first met Jerry, where he was living, he would get up and go sit at the bus stop just to make sure those kids got on the bus safely, because that whole area is infested with the Bigfoots. There's things that you can do. It might be a clerk at the, not a clerk, but like a fast food worker. They're having to go out to those dumpsters in the middle of the night, little 16-year-old in the dark or something. Maybe you got nothing going on and you're just out at that time of night or something. Anyway, don't be creepy about it, obviously, but maybe a warning, or maybe if they know you, you can just make sure they get back inside the building safely, or you don't ever even have to talk to them, or whatever. It's case by case.
These weren't my kids,
circumstances, right?
These weren't my kids that I had to 6:30 in the morning. I would get up.
Yeah, no, the parents were so grateful.
Yeah, walk over and I'd make sure the kids, the bus drivers, they all knew me too. They'd all laugh like, "Oh, you don't even have kids. You're here at 7:00 in the morning." Just
that area had bows behind each house. In the Choctaw housing had bows behind.
Yeah.
Only the houses that had children playing.
Yeah.
That's an issue,
And that's what got us to thinking whenever we want to show this last video. It's one that you've seen before. It's on YouTube now. But it's with Jose and Tanya. We're tracking together. It's kind of conclusion of what we were talking about tonight, the videos tonight. But we could have had so many more trackers, so many more people involved in helping each other. But there's too many of them that came just to try to hurt and harm other people.
And we don't tolerate it for a second. No. We boot and block, and it makes our channel grow more slowly, but we want a solid channel. And we don't want any confusion. We don't want any mixed messages, and we don't want any drama. And
we want people to know this is a serious matter for us. It's not entertainment. It's not a joke. But we're going to show this video, and then we're going to take the last minute comments. Then we're going to have the closing prayer, and then we'll close out for tonight. But don't forget, Tracking Team Warriors, you have a meeting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. I think the link is up, but we will send you that invite because it is a private meeting. So let's get to this last video. It's a great video. I love it.
Do you want to do any more comments before then?
We will afterwards.
Okay.
We'll do this afterwards.
Yeah, we've listened to this video.
More.
Probably 40 of these views are ours.
Yeah, at least. But it's it just kind of gets. It's a good feeling to be out there with your friends.
It is.
Who know what they're doing, who are helping each other. We're going there for a reason.
It went very smoothly.
And it went smoothly. It went so great that
it was nice.
Yeah. So we're gonna play this last video, and then we're going to go over the comments, and then we're going to do the closing prayer, and then we will see the Tracking Team 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah, and so if you got any questions, hurry up and get them.
Yeah, if you have any more questions or anything for tonight, we will get to those in just a second. So here is the last video of the night. We really love it. This is a bunch of friends doing a job together. Supporting each other, having each other's back, and backing each other up.
What we're hoping that some of you will be able to do in your areas as needed.
Yeah. So here we go.
these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. If you ain't from here, then you won't understand. This is my country. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. So welcome to my house.
There we go. We'll finish up the comments
Okay.
and then we'll have our closing prayer, and we will see the trackers tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time. So, let's see. There's Heather says hi. Let's start there. How about that?
Okay.
Scarborough's laughing. And, all right. Judy said hello to Scarborough. Hello to Lots of Adventures. And CT says,
Thank you, Jerry and Ella. This is a program where it shows real life out there, how to protect our family and friends.
oh, thank you, CT.
Thank you, CT.
Who is this?
G. Van Zant says, good evening, everyone. What is the name of the book? I was trying to reference the comments, but couldn't find it. It's The Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path by Jerry Williams and Lead Tracker E. And it should be in the description. And it's available on Amazon. And thank you for asking and welcome.
Let me take it off real fast. The Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. That's on Amazon. Also, let me get this off real fast. Okay.
Nisi.
Okay, right there. You couldn't find it. Nisi?
Right there. Nisi Herrera.
Hey.
Hi, Nisi.
Hi, Nisi. How are you doing?
Glad you're here.
Scarborough says, fighters, survivors. Everyone's saying hi to
G. Van Zant.
you, Van Zant.
Lyrical Jazzy says, just like bullies, they try to knock you down, but they can't. We just keep going.
Hey,
That's right.
There you go, Jazzy.
Jazzy's a warrior. CT says you can get the book through Jerry, and he will, I think, even give an autograph the book. Yes, we'll autograph it.
Yeah.
We can do it that way too, but you would have to add shipping.
Yeah, $25 plus $5 shipping and handling. Pretty
There's
much
advantages to both. You could
it's the
put a
same thing.
review if you get it off of Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, if you get off Amazon, you still got to pay the tax.
Yeah.
So it would probably be more than that. But yeah, thank you, CT.
Night Star says amen. Let's see.
She says thank you, CT. Lyrical, okay. 100% correct, Lyrical Jazzy. There you go, War Chief. Thank you so much. The Bigfoot Spiritual Warrior's Path, and thank you, Jazzy, for that. Even though you're probably asleep. The link is in the description for the book. That's right. It's in the description also.
CT says, my pleasure.
Oh, thank you, CT. And Lorna
And
says,
it's already asked about the Spanish version of the book. They're still finishing it up, and we will get it out just as soon as we can. We're very excited to do that. You know, at this point, it's out of our hands. We've got to wait to get it back.
Yeah. 100%. The book will save your life. Knowledge is key. Tracker Lorna. That's true. Thank you, Trey. Thank you. Thank you, Lyrical Jazzy. Lyrical Jazzy saying hello. And there's Judy. And thank you, War Chief. Saludos, Christian. All right, Christian. Oh, this is where she's asking about the book in Spanish. Okay. As soon as we get it back, it will be out. Like she said, it's out of our hands right now. Christian saying hello. Lorna saying hello. Christian saying hello to Lorna. Judy saying Jose and Tanya. Yes, good people. Good people.
CT reminded, hit the like button. Please do that.
What she's that? Did I miss it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I already read it.
Oh, I'm going to put it up just in case.
Oh, okay.
And Lyrical Jazzy looks like she has got to go to bed.
Starting to fall asleep. See everybody tomorrow night. We have a tracker meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah, be there 7 p.m.
Cubinator says, I really love this video. It reminds me of what I see here and makes me grateful of my refined awareness now. And the soundtrack is awesome, in case I didn't say so before. Yeah, we love it too. Now, warning, if anybody goes to look up that song, Jerry cleaned up the language big time. You know, he edited it so that it would be acceptable to everyone. But, you know, do love the song.
Mm-hmm. Everybody saying good night. Good songs. Everybody saying good night. And Jazzy's saying sleepy time with the heart. There's Wedge. He's saying good night to Holly and Jazzy. Christian saying gracias for the translation. Transincere,
And
the
Denata, right?
the
Denata.
Nada,
Rosie's Denata.
C,
Denata.
C. Says, thank you very much. All right,
You're very
Scarborough
welcome, G. Van Zandt.
is saying hello to CT, saying hello to War Chief. All right. CT is saying, Christian is saying hello to Scarborough, and CT is saying hello, Scarborough, Sasquatch Station. I saw you were in New York City.
Oh, wow. It's too many people for me.
Yeah. That nest
Structure was chilling to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it real life.
Yeah.
And we was like,
I know. And
this thing has been used.
The film did catch it well, and they're great videographers and great equipment.
It didn't.
But it never gives you that feeling of that canopy.
Of when you walk in it and see it, you know that.
And that second one had also the large chamber and then the smaller one.
And no leaves. It was used, and there was a back way out.
There's always a back way out.
And to us, that's where when we were coming down, they were just backing out. But yeah, it was.
Judy says this book will.
CT is waiting on the book in Spanish. Yes.
Oh, good.
Us too. And Judy says the book will save your life. It will, and it's been tested. It's been proved.
Yeah.
Christian says thank you at CT, Jerry, and Ella. All right.
They're not a Christian.
Okay, so I think
we're done. So we're going to wrap it up with prayer. And thank you, everyone. If you hit like, if it's a value, share it with people. Share it in the groups. People send us links of other channels all the time. We hope that you're sending
our links
to those people, because we're not trying to fill in any blanks anymore.
We're trying to help other people fill in their
with
blanks.
What we already know. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for this group of people. Thank you for just a smooth audio and video night. We really appreciate that, Lord. We so much appreciate all the people that are here and just the path that you have us on. Lord, keep us strong, keep us focused, keep us protected. We thank you for all those things. We love you. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right. So everyone, have a great night.
Love
Warriors.
Seeing some new names in here tonight, too.
Tracking Team, Warriors, you have a meeting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. We'll send those links out tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good night, Warriors. We'll see you again soon.
Oh, and they were not alone. Those people that saw that Bigfoot, they're never alone.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't just one Bigfoot.
It's in the book.
In the ambush, it was waiting. So,
yeah.
All right. Everybody have a good night, Warriors.
So beautiful.
The way he moves it.
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.